Hi guys, it's Amazing Purple Girl back, finally delayed with Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, Reforged. This is part 5 and it's a bit delayed because I caught the flu and I really didn't have much of a voice, not one that anyone would want to listen to anyway. So, I can't remember what we did. I'm sure I'll work it out as we go along. So I know we need Lobano to spawn, but he's not playing ball. I need to trigger him somehow. So where shall we go? I've just come from there. He is not at the Musikgrün. He is not at Nico's, but we could talk to Nico. Maybe. Hi honey, I'm home.
Hi Jules.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really, always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year. But it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while my grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his rolling. He put the lid back on the tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. And with his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage, instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
So we looked at all this, didn't we?
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy working on a loom.
Loom.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Okay. About this.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
How about Merlin's ID?
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
Okay.
Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
Maybe there's something there I'm missing. Yeah, it might be something in the museum if Lobino's not there.
I tried to raise the glass cover of the
I meant
case,
to look
but
at.
it didn't budge.
Magnifying glasses, not look at. Funny.
The case contained 2 rows of silver coins. Each coin on the lower row showed a portrait of a guy with a huge nose.
Oh, hang on. Here's the the Pegram tripod.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marn at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
It's so exciting, Ireland. That's right. That's what we do. And if Loch Marn sounds familiar, that's because of the infamous Loch Marn goat puzzle. Not to be confused with Loch Marn Goat, the YouTuber, who is named after the puzzle. Right, so I think that's where we go. Ireland.
The tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript. The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland to check it out.
Let's go to Ireland then, George. Tempted? Just go. You're a tourist. Have to stay in Paris. Let's go to airport. Loch Marn. Look at that. This is beautiful. Oh wow. Oh, the pub looks so clean. I just realised I want to do a comparison, but that means playing the original game all the way through as well.
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Loch Marn. On the way out, the driver told me there was only 1 service a day.
Well, poor you. Right. Oh my goodness, I don't remember it saying menu before. Am I wrong? I don't know. What's on the menu, George?
The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
Oh dear, not a good flight, huh? Right, so I'll talk to this kid. He does at least look more like a child than he does in the original.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Still not a very good Irish accent, because obviously they haven't changed the voices. They haven't re-scripted this or anything. It's all the same audio. But, yeah, it's not a great Irish accent.
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat.
Sure.
And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood.
Sub story.
When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Yeah. This is so much better. He looked like a middle-aged man, and you couldn't really tell he was grinning before. Right, so...
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
everything.
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only...
What?
Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday
Oh,
night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming from inside the castle.
The phone call is coming from inside the house. Sorry.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Now, I believe there's a way to toggle it. Look, there you go.
Hey, McGuire.
Yeah,
What do you want
see?
to know?
Little old man. Little old man. Middle-aged man. That is not a kid.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. He's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God. That doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car
That
and 3
is.
kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
That is a minimum of 25. That man speaking there. Anyway, enough of that. You have to do
See you
that.
later, kid.
Okay, mister.
So at least it is something you can do in here then. I don't remember where I found that out. Some Twitter, I think. Pretty sure it's Twitter. People mention it. Anyway, let's go in the pub. But I'm not doing it now. So. Look at that. Right. I think we should speak to this guy here.
My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister.
How you just say
My name's
hi.
Fitzgerald.
My name's George. Would you really just go up to someone in a pub and go, my name's George, or whatever your name was, obviously. My name's Purple Girl.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
No.
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little uns fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
No, not at all. I have no reason to think you might be lying, Fitzgerald.
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
See you later.
Fiddler's very talented.
The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing. Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
Right, let's talk to the landlord.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
See, I would blame Jacksepticeye, but this game was out long before he ever had a YouTube channel. Or YouTube existed. No.
No, thank you. I don't plan to stay too long.
Who does? Most folk take one look at Lochmarn and jump back on the bus.
Maybe we should.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it takes you for a low, but
Go on, George.
What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today.
Am I?
I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Who's the first?
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Meg. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Thanks.
Let's drink the beer. Why? Because it's been poured. Okay, all gone.
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
Yeah, don't do that just yet. Let's talk to these two.
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Castle.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine site now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
See, he has a much better Irish accent than Maguire.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Pegram.
Professor Pegram. The same man who dug up the gem.
That's why I called it. That's why I called it Pegram's tripod. I probably shouldn't have done because, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pegram.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill.
Of course.
Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
These two. I love them. They are such characters.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dark.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
Maybe.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
No, because you hate reporters.
Oh no. Thank the Lord for that.
Right, the castle.
How can I get into the castle?
But those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way if you've the will.
I've the will. Right.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah. Let's go back out to Maguire. Not going to be on this much longer. It's been running a bit. Hey, Maguire.
Hey, Maguire.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Pegram.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
It's just so... if he's the one, I know who you mean. It's like, but if he's not, then you don't.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, because he's not here now. But if I sees him, I'll ask him.
The logic.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Skeletons? Skeletons are not buried treasure, I don't think.
I heard that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochman all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Really?
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram brought some students and bums with him.
But
He reckoned no one in Lochman would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
Sean Fitzgerald, you say? But he hasn't been to the castle in weeks.
See you later, kid.
Or years.
Okay, mister.
No, I think he said he went as a kid. That'll be years. Fitzgerald, I think you're telling porkies.
Hello.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Yep.
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Really, at his age? Robbie?
Have you heard about the gem which Pegram found?
I heard a rumour, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
Where can I find Professor Pegram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
See you later.
Okay. Alright. So, we made it to Ireland. I did promise we would be going to some exotic locales in this game. Islands can be exotic. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Galway. We went to Knock. Flew to Knock and we went from Knock to Galway. That was a long time ago. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Sorry it was a delay. The next one will be out very shortly. This is me on the Monday, wanting to get this uploaded on the Tuesday and get episode 6 done for the Wednesday, the usual Wednesday slot. So that's 2 in a row, but I want to keep on track. I mean, I know I could just put this up on Wednesday and be done with it, but I didn't want to do that. Not long to wait for the next exciting instalment, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and me like going, oh yes, no, there is something I need to do at the museum. Duh. But yeah, I'm happy enough. So that's it, and I will be back.